Attention citizens! After a long, courageous fight against the forces of bigotry, homophobia, and oppression, the game Concord is officially dead. We hope you bastards are happy now. But let's be honest here, this was entirely your fault. You just couldn't see the vision, no matter how many times we had IGN explain it to you. Concord wasn't just a game, it was a work of art. Concord's failure is your failure because you refuse to acknowledge that 300-pound TikTokers need representation in games. Some of you have tried to blame Concord's failure on the fact that if Concord were a person, it would be an obese millennial who showed up 8 hours late for the party, carrying a katana and wearing a fedora. While this is true, the fact remains that it was your legal and ethical duty to make Concord a success, even if you really didn't want to. Seriously, didn't any of you get the memo? A small group of right-wing extremists have issued a statement which reads in part, "Why are we expected to support a game that is 8 years out of date, costs $40, and is inferior in every way to free-to-play games like Overwatch?" The answer, you bigoted simpletons, is obvious. You were supposed to play it because it had fugly character models and weird woke nonsense like pronouns for robots, designed specifically to appeal to the modern audience. Since there is currently no such thing as the modern audience, the game is never going to survive on its own. Ask yourselves this: how are we ever going to replace you Neanderthal dorks with our preferred audience of blue-haired land whales if you refuse to help us? We are well aware that the vast majority of gamers in America who play hero shooters are white, male, and have functioning eyeballs. We're doing our best to change this, but there is only so much we can do on our own. Until you losers get with the program and start helping us replace you, we're going to be stuck with games like Black Myth Wukong dominating the sales charts. In the end, it's clear that Concord didn't fail us. You failed Concord. It was the game you needed, but not the one you deserved. You should have been ready to embrace its pixelated sermonizing and ugly, woke art style. You should have given it a chance to improve you as a human being, while it sucked the joy out of your leisure time. This leads us to today's history update. As of today, Concord was the most popular game of all time. It had a concurrent player count of well over 17 trillion. The universally beloved game was so well received that it had to be taken offline in the interest of public health. Thousands of players nationwide were hospitalized the first week of Concord's release, as they refused to leave their gaming consoles even for such necessities as food, sleep, and gainful employment. In closing, remember, the next time you find yourself complaining that there are no good games available, remember Concord, the one that got away because you just weren't ready to be the change we wanted to see in the world, or in your Steam libraries.